but it is pulling water. So, to be honest, if I had had it with me, I would have put Okay guys, it is the day after my market. I'm exhausted. I woke up early this morning because I have more festivals for the fall and I nearly sold out last night. So I woke up early to start crocheting because I need more inventory. I need almost double what I took tonight and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. My goal is to focus on $5 and $10 items because those sold like crazy, and try to get higher price items in as much as possible, but really focus on those $5 and $10 items. I woke up this morning, I've almost finished this cow. I finished this zebra from Cozy Stitch. I need to tuck in all the ends, and so I think for now on until my last fall festival, which I have I have one 2-day event and one that's a 3-day event, and then I'm going to have 4 Christmas festivals, but only one of them is a 2-day event. So, and those are both in November and December. So from now until December 14th, I'm going to crochet like a mad woman and hope for the best. Luckily, when I do these Christmas festivals, I only get one table, so it won't be hard to make that look full compared to like a 10 by 10 booth. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to crochet 2 more big items today. And then when I'm at work, I'm going to focus on the $5 and $10 items. I usually do that anyways, but now I'm more deadline to actually complete doing them, instead of just throwing them in a whip bag and be like, see you later. So that is my goal. I gotta buy more yarn today. I'm gonna make a list of all the yarn I need. I'm going to try not to spend over $300, although I have to buy more stuffing, which will already be a chunk of change. I may hold off and wait for a big sale to happen, like whenever Michaels and Joann gives out the 30% off coupons or they put their yarn on sale. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to be smart with my money and try to be savvy about it. Savvy, whatever. But yeah, this is me the day after. My hair is a mess. My eyebrows aren't even on. I still have yesterday's makeup on because I didn't even wash it off, because my festivals actually lasted until 10 o'clock each night, and then it was an hour for me to drive home. So I don't even know how I woke up. Like, you can tell I'm tired because I can hardly even open my eyes. So I'm going to try to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. I recorded my setup and I did in-betweens of what sold. I did not record what my setup was at the very end of the night because it wasn't even actually true, because I pulled items away so that they wouldn't sell, because I really want to take them to my 3-day festival and my other 2-day festival, because those ones are going to be big. And so I started pulling them away. I was at a carnival, so there was a ton of kids, so I expected it to be super busy and kids buying my items. I don't know how a true craft festival in the fall is going to be like, so we shall see. And I have a question. So when I was doing my festival last night, the very first night I knew there was another crochet vendor. She was a teenager. She had a very small table setup of like a 4-foot table, and her mom was also sharing the booth with her. But she came over to my booth space 3 times took pictures, recorded, and then brought back her other sister and talked about the pictures that she took. What would you guys do? I don't care that you come over and I inspire you, but she was taking pictures of some of my products that I made, like some of my own patterns, and it was just very awkward. I didn't know what to say. I stood there and I guess just stood in shock, because as an adult, I would never do that. Even as a teenager, I would never walk up to somebody's booth and take pictures so that I could go home and make it myself, because I think it's rude. But what would you guys have done? I have no clue what. I was flabbergasted, because I would never go up to somebody's booth and take pictures of their items right in front of them and record to go make the product at home so that you can sell them at your next craft festival. It would be different, I think, it would have been nice if they would have been like, hey, do you mind if I take pictures or something? Not just like openly holding up an item and be like, wow, this is really cute, snap, snap, snap. Because it wasn't like she was promoting me, being like, hey guys, you need to come look at this. It was, she was going to go home and recreate it to sell at her next festival. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys would do. Also, I don't know. You'll have to let me know how you guys want me to do my next big craft festival. Do you guys want me to show you what I'm taking? Do you want me to tell every item that I sold? Or I think I'm going to do my top 10 sellers for each day. I'll let you guys know how much I sold them for, how many I took, and I'll let you know what I made for the day too. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take me a while because there was a lot of footage of me setting up. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. That way I'll be more prepared, because this one was big and my next ones will also be big. I just don't know how or what is a good way to tell you guys everything I sold. So in the next clip, you guys will hear me talking about it, and hopefully I'll look better than The Walking Dead right now. See ya! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be going over my 2-day market. It was a festival down where I grew up. I didn't know how exactly successful it was going to be, or if it wasn't going to be successful. I'm in a portion of my house where I literally have a corner where I put all my yarn, so it's not aesthetically cute or pleasing as a lot of you guys have it. I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, and our house is full of toys and, you know, everyday household use, electronics, blah blah blah. So I literally just have an area where I put all my yarn, and once this area gets full, then I have to resort to putting it in my closet, and all my plushies get stored in my son's closet and totes. So I've taken over this household, but literally I only have like this area for my yarn. It's kind of migrated towards my dresser, so like I've got some, you know, patterns over here and there and blah blah blah. I hope you guys can hear me. I feel like I'm very far away from my phone that I record on. I'm gonna try to talk as loud as I can without my kids hearing too much, because when they hear that I'm talking to my phone, they try to interrupt as much as possible. I don't know why, but they do. So anyways, it was a 2-day festival. It's a Friday and Saturday. The night prior, I had to drive down there to reserve my spot. If I didn't, then I would forfeit my place. I don't know, but so I had to drive all the way down there and claim my space the night prior. I didn't know we could actually set up that night because the flyer I received said that we could not. But when I got down there, literally everybody was setting up. So I felt like it was a wasted trip for one, because I had to drive down there just to say, hey, I'm here. And then for two, I could have been setting up. At least I could have brought my tent with me, but oh well. It was a carnival style event. They had, it's a famous chicken broil. I think this year it was like the 78th chicken festival. It's called the Broiler Festival, which they broil chicken and they sell it there. They have these big pavilions that are full of just giant grills where they grill the chicken and then they sell it to the people. Let's see. Luckily, utilities was included, so I got to bring my fan. And the festival actually lasted one day. It was from 9 to 10, and then the next day it was 8 to 10. So we were there over, like, especially including setup, we were over for like 12 hours. It was insane, and it was hot. And one day it rained, and it was miserable. Would I do it again? Yes, but it was miserable. But it was fun. I had fun though. It was in my hometown. Family did come down and see and support me. So I did have that. Not going to be able to go over everything that I sold because I ended up selling over $1,000 worth of things. So I can't show everything that I went over. But I did take notes of my top 10 items, and that's what I'm going to do. If I have pictures, I'll put them in. But if I don't have any pictures, then you guys will just have to look through the videos that I've taken. I tried to take as many throughout the day videos as possible. I wasn't very good at it, but I did try my best. There was a lot of people around, so I felt kind of shy to do it. So I tried to do it as much as possible, and I did not talk at all because, like I said, there's other people setting up and it was kind of awkward. So yeah, you guys can look through those videos and see everything I took. I took all my inventory except for one tub full of inventory, because those are like my repeats or my oopsies, or, you know, stuff I don't think is as good as my other items. So I did leave that at home, but everything else I have made I took with me, minus my fall stuff. So like my ghosts, my candy corn, I did not take that stuff. I left that at home. On day one, my top 10 by prices. Number 10 was, I sold one hippo that was $20. This is from Square. I don't know exactly how. I guess it just goes by the amounts that are sold makes the top 10. So not the quantity, just the price. So my top 10 was, I had one hippo that was actually supposed to be a unicorn, but when I made it, the snout was so round it looked like a hippo. So I made that into a hippo instead of a unicorn, and I sold it for $20. I sold 3 bees, and these were a variety of $5 bees, $10 bees, and I think that was it for that day. I sold 3 of them for $21. So it must have been like a small bee, a keychain, and like a $10 bee is my guess. I sold 2 pigs. One was a $10 pig, one was a $12 pig, and those were my number 8. And number 7 are my miscellaneous items that don't have their own category, that I just put them in a miscellaneous category. And so that one, I sold 3 items, and these were, 2 of them were my first ever makes. One was a chunky eye frog who's round and he had 2 eyeballs on top. I sold that one. I sold a turnip that a little girl thought was a squid, and I kind of hated that I told her it was a turnip, because once I told her that, I felt like she looked at it a little funny because she thought it was a squid. I should have just let her keep thinking it was a squid, because I still feel bad about that to this day. And then I sold a hamster that was supposed to be a cat, but it looked more like a hamster, so there was that. Altogether, those only equaled $32 because I lowered them because, again, they were like my oopsie piles or not my best piles. So I sold 3 of those guys, $32. On my number 6, I sold a goat that was $32, and he took some time because I made him out of parfait chunky. That was why he was $32. And I don't think I will make him again. If I did, it'll probably be out of Burnett, but he was $32. I sold 4 chicks, and some of these, one was a medium-sized chick that was $15, and then the rest were keychains and mini chicks, and that what equals $34. I sold 2 cows. One was, no, they were both $22 a piece. So that was $44 for number 4. 44 for number 4. My next up seller, number 3, axolotl, I sold 3 of those. And altogether that was $48. I sold 2 turtles. No, I sold 7 turtles for number 2. And that equals $62, and that's a mix of my $10 turtles, my $14 turtles, my $20 turtles, my $5 turtles. I sold 7 of them, so I forgot to look at the breakdown of what actually had sold, but really a lot of people flocked towards my $5 items, so I'm not surprised that turtles was number 2 because I know I sold a bunch of those. And my number 1 bestseller for day 1 was cats. I sold 6 of them, altogether equaled $94. Those included my loaf cats, my mini loaf cats. That was all the cats that I had brought. So I had a range of $20 cats, $22 cats, and $10 cats. And so you can guess, I sold 6 of them. So if you want to figure out and try to do the math of what all possibly sold, that's my most touched item would probably definitely have been my Pop-Tart. My Pop-Tart always gets so much attention, and he's always in a good spot, but nobody ever buys him. But he's only $6, and everybody loves the Pop-Tart, but nobody buys them. I got the most compliments on my Mega Jellyfish, my purple one that I had made. Everybody told me they loved my items, that I was so talented. The most small item sold was my turtles, again the $5 turtles. And then the largest transaction that I had was an axolotl, a loaf cat, and the turnip, and I think that one was like $75 or something like that. So total transactions I had was 30. The average transaction was $16. So I had a total sale of $480 that day. The square fee was $3.96. I had cash sales of $356, and I had a card total of $125. So after fees that day, I made $477.71. Once I had saw how much stuff was being sold, I kind of got really nervous on that first day, because I started thinking it's taken me all year long to get this amount of inventory, and I've still got festivals lined up for this year. How am I going to make that much inventory in 2 months to replace what is sold? So I started getting really worried, and I really got worried on the second day. We'll go over that one. So for the second day, I did have a 2 to 3 hour shutdown for rain. I'll go ahead and put that clip in here. It's pouring down rain. I'm soaked. My clothes are soaked. My tent is holding together, but it is pooling water. So yeah, luckily I have tablecloths in my bag. So I've got everything covered. I'll show you guys. Once the rain had stopped, I did not open for another hour because everything was so muddy. I was soaked. I did not want my items to be uncovered and still get sprinkled on, because you know, after a rain it still has that misty kind of thing. And I was by 3 trees, so every time there was a strong breeze, there would be raindrops from the leaves that would fly into my tent. So I did not uncover my items for another hour. People came up to me and asked me to uncover my items, and I know I probably shouldn't have said no, but I said no because I did not want my items to fall on the floor and get ruined. It wasn't worth it to me for a $5 sale, because that was probably what they were gonna buy. And so I would just tell them as kindly as possible to come back later, and that I would be there all day. So if they were going to be there all day, they could come back later. I know a lot of people probably got turned off by that. If I had been a buyer, I probably would have got turned off by that too. But to be honest, losing a $30 plushie or a $20 plushie for possibly a $10 sale wasn't worth it to me. And at that time, when the rain had started, I had already made about $300. So I was good. I did not care if I didn't sell another thing for the rest of the day. And to be honest, if I had had it with me, I would have put I didn't bring it with me, but one of my side panels to my canopy in the front, so people wouldn't have walked into my tent. Because really where I was at, it became a puddle where my tables were at. So next time, luckily though, I did have 3 tablecloths, like those little cheap 99-cent ones from like the Dollar General or Walmart that you can buy for like kids' birthday parties. I had 3 of those in a pack, and I had originally bought them for something else, and I just stuck them into my little drawer that I bring to all my little 3 plastic drawer that I bring to all my festivals. I'd stuck one in there, and I had used that to put over all of my plushies. And I'm gonna buy another pack because I threw those away because they were wet. I'm gonna keep that pack with me because that was pretty handy to bust those out and to wrap up my tables with those. So on day 2 to the transactions, I still did very good, even though I was shut down for like 2 to 3 hours. My top 10 items by price that day, for number 10, I sold 2 axolotls. I sell my axolotls for $15 a piece. I sold 2 of them and I got $30. I sold a baby giraffe for $32 for number 9. Number 8, I sold 2 cows for $20 a piece, and so that was $40. Number 7 were my bees. I sold 6 of those, but the transaction totals were $41, so it was a mixture of $5 and $6 bees. And I sold, for number 6, I sold 6 roses. I sell my roses for $8 a piece. I did sell one that was $10 because it was bigger, and so I got $50 out of 6 of those roses. Number 5, I sold 4 cats at $52. And again, that will be the mixture of the low cat and the mini cats that I sell for $10. That day, I sold all of my mystery bags. I had brought 15, sold all of them. I had 2 that were $10 and the rest were $5, I think. And so I got $60 worth of mystery bags bought. Number 3 were my chicks. I had 9 that were sold, and these were gonna be my mini ones, the $5 ones, and the keychains. I don't think I sold any big chickens the rest of the festival, but I got $63 out of those. And after it rained, I put away all of my high price items that I did not want to fall. So all my items that were like 32 and above, I put them away because I did not want them to be dropped, be picked up. I had already had items ruined from kids coming in with cotton candy hands and loving on my plushies. So I put those up. I decided, and I put up a few more items after it rained, that I wanted to take to the fall festivals. So I put them up in a way, and that might have hindered some of my sales, but I didn't want them to be ruined by accident. So after it rained, I did put up a lot of my plushies, and you'll see that in some of my video clips, because it'll look like I sold a whole bunch, but I really didn't. I just put them away. So since I had put away my most expensive plushies, some of the items that I had had forever were with me. Like in my very first video of showing you guys everything I had made like 8 whales, and I've never sold any whales until this festival. I sold 5 whales. Granted, one of them was a $5 whale. I sold 5 whales and I got $82, and it was because I had no other inventory, and so kids were just randomly picking things. And then after that, I sold $145 worth of turtles. Again, these will be my $10 turtles, my $20 turtles, $22 turtles, and my $5 turtles. I was surprised at how fast everybody loved the turtles, but I did have one little girl come back and buy 4 turtles. So she had really spread the word, because she ended up bringing 2 of her friends by to get more turtles. I had 55 transactions that day on Saturday. My average transaction was $14.77. Totals sales was $812. With fees, it was $10.53. After fees, it was $776 and some change. Cash, I got $448 worth, and on card, I got $339. I did charge a square fee depending on how much the price was. I ended up adding that service charge to my square, so I have it labeled if somebody buys something from $5 to $8, from $9 to blah 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 dollars, how much to charge. And I do tell them ahead of time. Nobody has ever said anything about it, but I do charge a square fee now. Another thing noted, when I got home and I was going through my inventory, everything that is purchased at my canopy, I use my square. Doesn't matter if it's cash or card, I use my square. So if somebody gives me $5 for a turtle, I mark it in my square, because my square keeps my inventory. But when I got home, I had realized that I had over $15 worth of $5 items taken. It was my bees and my turtles. So yeah, I had told my husband how the bees hadn't really been selling, and I'm like, but that's okay, I should have 12 bees for my next festival. When I got home and counted my inventory, I had 5 bees. And when I counted my turtles and my other $5 items like my stingrays, I will just say that what I should have taken home, I had half. I was so sad. I wouldn't have thought that people would take a $5 item, but I had over 15 taken from me. And it was very sad, because I worked hard on each one of those, and I never would have thought that it would have happened. I know I'm going to redo my $5 items. I'm going to set them closer to where I'm at. Usually with the table that I sit close to is my 6-foot table, and I usually put my big items on there, but now I think I'm going to rearrange and put my $5 items closer to me, and like a market basket type of thing. That's like a 3-tiered one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Granted, I was at a festival and it was a carnival, so there was a lot of kids. I don't think I'll have to worry about that so much at my next few events, because they're mainly all just fall festivals and craft festivals. So, but I am gonna buy me a market basket and still put them closer to me so I can keep better track on them. And I think that'll probably be about the only change up that I make. I'm trying not to make this video too long, because I know I've got quite a few clips in there about me and my days. I didn't update or talk or anything, but just the updated videos throughout the days. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm still trying to update my Google Doc. I have no clue how to work that thing, or even where it's at on my computer. I don't know. And I don't mean to leave out any of the creators. I have a terrible memory, and sometimes I make these items months, you know, ahead of time, that I don't remember who made them, and or do I know where the pattern is anymore. If it wasn't for Etsy, I wouldn't know a lot of the patterns. So if you guys have any questions, I will definitely try to look in my catalog of any patterns that you have.
She said they're playing school. She's made me laugh.
You know what you guys would do if another crocheter came to your guys' canopy and started taking pictures and videos of your items, because some of those items I've created, and then some obviously I bought the pattern for. I just didn't know how to handle it, and they were teenage girls. I didn't know what to do, so I just let it happen because I didn't know. So tell me what you guys would do. I personally would never do that as an adult or even as a teenager. I would probably go up to somebody and ask, like, hey, where did you get that pattern? Is this one you created or something like that? Because it would be really cute to make. But I wouldn't record or talk about it or take pictures like in front of the person, like as if they weren't there. It was so weird. So let me know. The next few videos that I have of you guys have for you guys are what I've made for the month, and then also I'm gonna try to update the video on everything that I'm taking to the fall festivals. I have 2 fall festivals that are right next to each other. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because one's a 2-day festival and one's a 3-day festival. We will see how it goes, because I almost sold out at this festival if I hadn't put everything away. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.